I went out this morning, but we had like a lot of rain beginning like maybe around after 11 in the morning. Then after that, a lot of rain. Rain all day. So I didn't go out after that. Yeah, yeah.
So if you would speak to the GOP senators, why would you tell them that they need to know more? What are
You
the
disappeared. Sounds like you've been having a lot of sex with that guy you met. That's probably what it is. That's why you haven't been on. Whenever you disappear like that, you was with some man, you know?
What guy?
The guy you met on Tinder. The man that you met on Tinder.
Yeah, I did. I met him 2 whole days ago.
Yeah, you probably having a lot of sex with him now.
He felt good, but
Well,
I have sex with him one time only. But we went out 4 days ago.
yeah, he was in your bedroom, right?
No, I went to his home. He never come here yet.
You went
He
to his home.
Yeah, he never come here before. I went to his home. He live like maybe close to Bangkok, so
You went to his home, so wow, that's like being in the spider's web. You go to his home. That's like, I mean, that's at least if he's in your home, you in control. But you in his home, he can do anything to you.
now I went to his home and he took me out. We went go out in Bangkok area. We go eat Chinese food. After we eat Chinese food, and we went for a nice long walk. It's kind of nice. We walk. We went to walk in the mall. After we walk in the mall, then we decide to get some dessert together. So we sit and we just eat dessert. So he throw ice cream at me so bad, and I get all wave up, and I get mad and all ice cream in my face, and he just like, oh my god, and I got all ice cream in my face, in my hair too, and he lick it off. I
Oh,
said, what are you
really?
doing? And he licked the whole ice cream. I was like, Jesus, you licked all my face. I was like, yes, I did. I cleaned it all up for you. And you don't need to take wash it no more. I was like, oh, thank you. So we just stay and eating ice cream, and after that we go, when you gonna come stop by my place? And I say, I thought we supposed to do it now. And he go, okay, you want to now? I say, yeah, I want to go to your place. Why not? And so I parked my car at the parking lot. Actually, I parked my car in Dunkin' Donut, and it's not far from home. So he picked me up there, and I went there, spent a night with him one night at his place. It's beautiful there. It's quiet, it's nice, and his place is close to the water, so it's kind of nice in Bangkok area, close to the water. It's really nice. So I stay a night with him and in his apartment. Apartment's nice.
So he fucked you. That's what
And
it is.
we stay a night, and he said, "Do you want something to drink?" I said, "Of course I want something to drink." So he gave me some wine,
So answer the question. So he fucked you then. That's
and
what
we
it is.
drink wine, and I drink few 2 glasses of wine, and he drink like maybe few, and so we finished the bottle, and he I did he decided to touch my hair like this. He's just so he touched my hair like this, and he go, oh my god, he go, your hair smells so good, and it smells so good, and he touched my hair. It's like, I love your hair, and this is real color. I
So
said, yeah,
get to
this
the
is.
part with the sex already. Get to the part with the sex already.
And he go, yeah, this is. I say, this is my real color. She go, oh my god, so beautiful. I said, thank you. So he take my clothes off and like this, like that, kiss right here. I was like, shit. And I started kissing me a little bit, and he pulled my hair like this and started kissing down here, and I was like, oh my God. I can't help it. It's like so good, and he touched me, like gave me a nice whistle back here, and he brought me close to him, and I decided I kissed him back, and I got him too, and we start making out, and he's kind of big guy, so he picked me up and went to his room, and we done it the next day, and we spent night there the whole night, and we done it in the morning, and he said, I want to see you again, and hopefully you will see me again. I said, yeah, really close by here. It's not far, you know. So he joined me back in the morning. I said, I have to go work now. And he joined me back to my car, and I drove back home.
So how long is that gonna last? Sex twice in one night?
Only 2 nights. We only do one night. So this is the first time we have sex. I meet him for a while, but we do not have sex. So that is our first time we have sex.
Damn, every man you meet is sex.
So that's our first time having sex. So yeah, so he's good. He's really good fucker. So he's not bad fucker.
Everybody is good for you.
No, he's really amazing. Honestly, he's amazing. He's really good, and he's a really high class, really high classes man. Um, he is really high class, uh, quality man. Really professional. Um, so it's kind of nice to meet someone like that, and he treat me really nice, and he treat me good, and why not, you know? And I haven't had sex for a while after Kevin left, so Kevin fucking someone else too, so who give a shit no more, you know? And Kevin doesn't care about me no more, so why not? Why I
Kevin,
waste it?
listen,
Like,
Kevin never cared about you, okay? Because
yeah,
if you look, let me just give you a little geography lesson now. I'm going to take you into my classroom, right? Look at a map of the United
yeah,
States. Look at where the state of Maine is, all right? Maine is all the way up into Canada, right? And look at where this other guy lives in Baltimore, all the way down, right? The only reason this guy went to Maine is because he had a job there. That's the only reason. Same like me that time when I went to Maine the first time back in the 80s. I had a job, I was sent there by, um, the government. At that time I was working with the government. They sent me, otherwise I would have never gone to Maine. And I mean, it's different like going to California, right? I mean, many
yeah,
people, you know, they want to go to California, maybe Florida, things like that. You never really hear anybody saying, "Oh, gee, I want to go to Maine," you know. But yeah, you hear people say like, "California, here I come, right back where I started from." California sounds exciting. California, maybe Florida, and so forth because of Disney. So what happened with this guy Kevin is that he realized that he was going to be up there. He's going to be lonely. He needs to find a woman. So he found you, and you were stupid enough. I mean, you were looking for a relationship. He wasn't. He was looking for sex, and
yeah,
you believe the bullshit because nobody is gonna go have a girlfriend in Maine. I wouldn't. I mean, I was up in Maine. You think I would go look for a girlfriend up in what is it, Collis, Maine? Yeah, Collis. I was in college. I wasn't gonna go look for, and even if I did find a girl, I wasn't gonna go back. You know.
yeah, yeah,
Even if I did find a girl and say, Wayne, I like you a lot, I'll say, yeah, okay, maybe you can come to New York and see me, but I'm not going back there to Maine. Now I did go back to Maine this year, last year, because you had invited me and you had told me, why didn't you come? Why didn't you come? And finally, I decided to go, and that was it. And then it was bullshit. When I went there, all he kept talking about was this guy Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. Now where's Kevin? He's gone. You know, that's the end of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the end of it. So this guy you met, he lives in Maine, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He
lives
lives
in
in
Maine.
Maine though. He's white guy, white American guy. He's 41.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
41.
thought you were tired of white guys.
This is the only one I can find. Yeah, like actually, I kind of like white guy now. White guy treat women better. I feel like a white guy. Actually, white men they treat women a little bit more respectful than a black guy. I dated Kevin. It's like a no. I see Kevin
No,
like
because some black guys can, some black guys can get different women, a lot of women, where some white guys
mm,
can't. Uh, some white guys, I guess, they just think, oh, maybe I just show her the money. But some black guys, some of them got nothing, and they still got women. you know?
so. I feel like Kevin is just not really good treat, and I feel like this white guy treat me really nice, and he's like to talk, and it's like a really good place, and I thought it's nice, and he's he fuck good, and he take care of me okay, and I fuck him good too. I know how to fuck good, so. I a good fucker too, so we both, and he liked me. So if we, and he called me tonight. He said, "Oh, babe, what you doing?" I said, "Nothing. Getting ready to go work tomorrow." I said, "Oh, when am I gonna see you again?" I said, "Soon, soon." So yeah, we just fuck, and right now we just get to know each other, but we're not in a hurry. So he just leave me in
Yeah,
only
and
bed.
how long is that gonna last?
I don't know how long it's gonna last, but hopefully it's gonna last for a while.
When I met you, you said you don't have sex the first night you meet somebody. That's what you told me, but that was a lie. That wasn't true.
No, that's not the first night we met him. The first night I never have sex with him.
I'm talking about with me
Oh,
when I met you.
yeah. So that time I have we don't I meet him for a while. This is all I meet him first time we went to he come over here to Ellsworth. We went to movie. We went to a movie. We went to get Chinese food again. We always eat Chinese food, so I took him to the China Highway, and he liked it. He paid for it, but I took him there. So um, yeah, and we eat and we went for a walk, and we're here in the park by the water. It's cold, but and after that, and he went back home, and we don't have sex. And second time we don't have sex, and this is our third time. And finally, I went to his home. So
Well, Maine is mostly a white state. You rarely see. Well, I was surprised when I went through there in the bus, and I stopped in Portland. I saw some black people. But I think
mm,
I think they're from Africa. I think refugees or something go up there.
yeah,
But from when I went, when I first went there, you didn't really see like American black people up in Maine.
yeah,
At that time, this was in the 1980s. You didn't really see that. You know,
yeah,
and to me at the time, I was the only black guy there, at least around where I was. People look at me, and it was like, wow. People come up to me, wave, say hello, like if I'm a celebrity or something, because they were not familiar with seeing people different. It was really strange. Yeah, that's how
yeah,
it was. It was
yeah.
strange.
And he's a white guy. He's 40, 41. He's 41. He's do architect. Not architect. Not car. Fixing cars and building painting home and building houses and stuff. Yeah, that's his do. Yeah, that's his work.
Oh, so that's his job, huh?
Yeah, that's his work.
Oh, that's the same like this other guy. He's in the building, right? Yeah, that's the same thing this guy was doing. This guy Kevin.
No, Kevin do different thing. Kevin's not like that.
No, what did he say? He was involved in construction too.
No, Kevin's not suggestion.
What was he doing?
Huh? Kevin is working for a company called um check this company is called
Why you having
I
such a Why you having such a hard time? I don't need you to tell me the name of the company.
Karen
You
working
told me that he was involved in construction. That's what you told
I
me.
that's what
That he was involved in building
I
stuff, and that's why they sent him up to Maine, and then they sent him to other places too, other states. You
thank
know,
you.
and not only that, you said
You know
you,
what welding is? Welding like a get a pump in hot water pump welding, like big welding. Maine have a lot welding sometimes company.
you said that they sent him to other states, and you said that there was a program you listened to, and this woman called in the show, and she told the host how this man she knows, he goes to these other states, and he's in, I think, construction and so forth. And you would say, "Wow, that sounds like this guy Kevin." That's what you told
Yeah,
me.
yeah, he's welding, just welding, like welding, welding. He go place to work. So he Maine is his company. I think Kevin gonna come back soon here actually, but
Well,
I'm not sure.
it's construction. I mean, if you're welding, like right now down the street from me, there are a lot of men out there right near the Chinese restaurant there. I'm sure she's happy. She's getting a lot of business. The Chinese lady there, Linda.
Yeah,
All
he's
these
not.
men are working right there, and you have all kinds of people, like people welding, people doing
Yeah,
different things.
welding.
It's construction, you
Yeah,
know.
they do a lot
You
welding
could
like
they
that.
with construction, you got different trades. You got people who are welders. You got people
Welding.
who are using cement. They
Yeah,
have the cement truck. They got people putting in doors, windows. So you have different trades. There's a whole set of different trades.
yeah,
But it's construction. Construction, they come under one umbrella. Construction industry.
yeah. But me, that guy I see in well is not. He is he is building a home, fixing the house, go to people's home, put me in the wood, and he work like that. He make good money. He go a lot of places to fix home and put me like a window home and painting the house and stuff. To trust him, he that's his own business. That he has his own business. That's his business. So I'm not dating him, but we seen each other. So yeah, that's his work. So and I went to his home. He had me a lot Gola. It's like a lot too, and he fixed car too. So he fixed car and stuff like that too. So and sometimes I learn from him with the car, and I told him to come look at my car sometimes. He said, "Wait to over there." He's go while he take a look at it sometimes. So yeah, I like man to fix car. My son's father is a really good car fixer too. My son's father Matt is a good car fix, and I thank God. And this guy is a
Well,
really good
when I used to have my car, I used to work on my car because, working in a car costs money. I still have tools from Sears that I used to work on. And back then, you had the carburetor. Now they have the fuel injector system. That's very different now.
yeah,
But back then,
yeah,
when I used to have my car, it was the carburetor.
yeah. Let me show him to you. I think I had his picture. Let me show.
Oh, so you just seen the guy, but you're not really dating him. It's just like you just go see him and go out and so forth.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
him.
Yeah, you have a car. You have a
That's
collection, I guess.
that's him,
I guess we can play that song. It's raining men when it comes to
and that's
you.
his ski. That's his he goes ski a
It's
lot.
raining men.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Maine is the state for that.
and that's his bicycle. That's his shop right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, he put his car there.
So that's good. You back. You're back into white guys again. That's good
See,
for you.
and that's he go a lot going to Bengal and skiing. Yeah, that's him. That's him. And that's him. That's like him.
Yeah, you just showed that picture.
Yeah, really. See? Just handsome, man.
Everybody's handsome. Everybody's handsome for you. Kevin was handsome. This one is handsome. That one is handsome.
I think this guy is fine.
Until thing goes south, and then this person is the devil.
Yeah,
then
I
they
think
then they
guy is
become the
like this
devil.
kind of guys. We both kind of like style, so yeah, we fit in. So yeah, I think he's the kind of man I like.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I like having attitude, and I like man. I think I get. I think white guy is kind of laid back, laid back when like they let women do their own thing sometimes. Like me, like they like to respect. Yeah, I like it. Someone that I need to hold on for a little bit and
Well,
see.
you live with a number of white guys for years. I mean, California. When I met you, I didn't realize. I didn't know that you were living with a guy. You never told me, which was crazy. But that guy was from Maine too.
Yeah,
The guy that you
so
were living with in California.
yeah, I have a date white guy for a while, so
But
this
he
is
was
my
from he
first
was
white
from
guy.
California, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he was from Maine, right? The guy that you lived with in California.
yeah.
Yeah.
hmm I haven't met any. I haven't dated any white guy after my son's father for a while now. So this is my first white guy that I date
That's
for a
since
while.
like what 2016, right?
hmm
When you came to New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2016.
he's
Yeah.
a nice guy, and I see how he's going. I take things easy with him. So
Well, don't expect too much from him.
I won't. That's why I try to stay him. Like I'm not expecting him. I just
Don't
go
don't
slow.
expect too much from him because guys like that they could kind of figure people out. I mean, like me, I can usually figure people out. Certain things or what have you, and so forth. They get a feel for people. That's what it is. And sooner or later, you like to talk a lot. So the more you talk, the more you're going to give away your secrets. You know, the more you're going to reveal who you are.
So I kind of keep that slowly and smoothly with this man. So I don't want to fuck up right now. So I seen him. So I just wait. I just wait how things go. If not work, then
You
I know
say,
it's not work.
listen, you slept at the man's house, you had sex with the man. So what? I mean, I could go back, like I go back to the 1990s. When I used to meet girls or what have you. When I had my car or what have you. Back then, I had my car. I meet girls. They come to my home, go sleep over by me or what have you. None of them were thinking, oh, I'm going to end up with this guy. No, that's not how it went. You know, that's not how it went at all. Yeah, I had girls used to come over. Sometimes they come over to sleep over at my place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was. Nobody thought of because they come sleep over at my place. That mean we gonna be dating. They're gonna be my girlfriend or what have you. No, we never had that kind of code. It was never understood to be like that. That was just the time period that I grew up in, where you go out, you meet girls, or you go to a party, you go to a club, you meet a girl, or they come back to They come back to your home. They sleep the night over by you, or so
But he
forth.
never come here before. He,
What?
he never asked me to come here. He never told me he want to come here. He always told me to go over his place.
Well, yeah, because some men don't want to be seen in a woman's home. That's what it
Yeah.
is.
So
For
he
certain
always,
reasons.
yeah, he always say, "Hun, when you gonna um you know, he always asked me to go his place that he like to come here. He like me to go over there because um I don't know, and I like to watch some TV with him. He had a big TV. I don't have a big TV, and plus that, and he close. He places close to a lot of different things. We can go walk around and do things too. You know, like good food. You know, he live close to downtown Bangkok. It's close to we can go out and play pool and watch movie. You know, and stuff like that. So it's more a little bit thing to do in Bengal. So and I just like it. His place. His place is small. It's not big, but it's nice.
But since when?
So
Since when are you into watching TV? You don't watch TV.
I just when he asked me to
You
go
don't
his
watch
place.
TV.
Yeah, I don't watch TV. When he asked me to go his place, and we just watched a movie together. I watched movie with him. Just like,
Yeah, when I was at your place, I was able to bring the TV up on my computer. That's the only time you were to see TV because you don't have a TV at your place.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told him that too. I told him I don't have any cable and TV,
yeah.
nothing.
I was able to see the TV, the newscast. I think out of Bangor on my laptop.
Yeah.
I was able to see it.
And to go on, no, it's okay. You know, you can always welcome me and watch movie here with me. I say thank you, and then we watch. He had a movie there, so we can pick what kind of
Well,
movie.
from where you are to Bangor, it's a good distance.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember you were telling me it was too far to take me to the bus station? It's too far?
It's not too far.
Well, you that's what you were telling me. That it was too far to take me to the bus station and you call a fucking taxi for me. You know? You call a taxi and then it says $65 to take me, you know? But you can drive to you can drive to Bangor to watch TV, right? So that's a strike against you right there. A strike against you.
Yeah, Bengal is nice station. I always go Bengal. Bengal has a lot of different things to do.
Yeah, I thought you probably were going to see that man because I said, wait a minute, she can't be getting all this work, you know, because you said you were only getting like 17 hours on that
Eight.
job you were doing. So why all of a sudden, you know, for the new year, they be giving you all this work? I said, no, that can't be.
No, I work in too. It's a lot of hours I get working too. In the New Year time is busy. I always walk, and I just see the guy.
Well, the new year is gone now. Now it's the 25th of January. The new year
I've
is
been busy
gone.
working
All the
too. That's
holidays
what
are gone.
I've been busy working too, both way. I've been busy working most time last week and taking care of my car. I've been busy to do fixing too, and I don't really get into online, so I'll be busy to just stay home and do few things for myself and stuff. I don't really do a lot of things. So I don't really go too much at that guy's home too. I don't see him too much because he's busy too. We always talk sometimes, but we don't talk too much. So we always he had different schedule. I had different schedule. So when my day off, his day off, we have to find time for together. That's why I went to his house 4 days ago. But it's not me that I go his home all the time. And I today is Saturday, right? See, I did not go to his home. I just don't feel like it. We both like to be alone sometimes with the day off too, you know. And the more you see each other, you're gonna fight, you know. So you have to get each other some way to miss each other a little bit.
Well, that's if you're dating somebody and you're giving them a chance. But if you just met met somebody or what have you, and you
Yeah,
don't have anything going. Why would you
yeah.
be giving them a? Why would you be talking about giving them a break or what have you? You know, I mean, really, that's not even the terminology to use.
We just meet, and I don't want, we just meet. There's nothing going on yet. It's not like um dating, be dating or like we're just trying to get to know each other step by step. So I don't want to rush. It's not like we do stuff. Yeah, I don't want to push it. When you push people doing things, that's not how you build your relationship so quick. So I don't want to do that with him. So I take slow time with him.
Well, that's
Then
what you
he,
did. That's what you did with Kevin, and that's why he got angry and told he go to New York.
no, not this stuff too. Kevin is always not stable. He's drunk and he got too many women too. One, Kevin is a playboy. So
Yeah, but you kept making excuses for him.
Kevin is a little bit different kind of person than um this guy I see. This guy is white guy is like more a little bit not into many girls, not cheating too much. White guy is laid back. If they like someone, they really keep their eye on for a while. Yeah, that's how white guy is.
Because up there, if you live up there and you're a white guy, there really not that many women who gonna be into you. That's how it is. Sorry to say, but that's how it is.
Mm. And I
you
think his name is Joe. I think Joe
know,
is a nice guy. So.
when I went to Maine, I was still in my 20s. That's a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was still in my 20s when I was in Maine.
yeah, Joe is a little bit different than Kevin, kind of
Yeah,
lifestyle. Kevin live a different kind of lifestyle.
yeah. I was like in my I think my late 20s when I was in Maine, so I was in the prime of my life. So when I went there, of course, people look at me and so forth. People invite me to their home to eat deer meat,
Mm.
all that
Kevin
kind of
is
stuff.
more,
People I don't even know.
yeah. Kevin more into travel a lot, doesn't save money, always going places, listening to loud music, like a kind of gangster kind of place. This guy is retired. He doesn't need to party and he enjoy outside, go for a walk, go for a hike, go bike, fish, fishing, stuff like that. That's what I like. He into outside, go hiking. Kevin don't like those things.
Well, they from different cultures. If you're from
Yeah,
Baltimore,
he's
where
more like that.
if you're from Baltimore, where the hell are you gonna go hiking in Baltimore
Yeah.
or
Kevin
skiing?
is more like that.
Yeah, you're not
He
gonna have a jet ski in Baltimore.
yeah, always dressing nice, putting a hat on like a gangster, like a look good, dressing nice, and joining call play loud music. This is how Kevin is, but this guy doesn't like that. This guy drive a car. His car is not nice, but he had a car. His car doesn't look nice like a Kevin, but he know how to live a good, like a hippie, kind of like me too. I kind of like hippie person, so that's why. And he like going for a walk. So it's kind of like me. I like nature too. Kevin doesn't like those kind of things. He never go place like that. He doesn't like to go park. He just like to go club and hang with people, club and travel to expensive place and doesn't do nothing. Looking beautiful girl bikini. No, those kind of guys not for me.
What do you mean those kind of guys are not for you? But that's the guy you were after. You say you want to go live with
I
him.
thought, yeah, I thought I met him.
You're so full of shit. I mean, you were after this Kevin guy, Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. Kevin. Remember when I was in Acadia National Park? I have my camera running. I have you in camera talking about Kevin. Oh, this is for Kevin and this and that and so forth. Your booty is for Kevin. All kinds of nonsense to Kevin and so forth. You know. Now you say he's not the type of guy for you. Why are you so full of shit? You know. I mean, really you're on record saying this is the guy for you. You call the guy up, you want to know when you're going to move in, with him, when he's getting the apartment or so forth. If he did get the apartment, you'd be living in Baltimore right now. But yet you're like the fox who's jumping trying to get those grapes, and then he can't reach the grapes, and then he say, you know what, those grapes are sour. That's the only reason I can't reach them. If those grapes were sweet, I would be able to reach them. That's how you are. You're like the fox, the story of the fox and the grapes. You say, no, that's not the type of guy for you. Yeah, right. But yet you were pestering the man, calling him, telling him, and trying to use psychology and them trying to tell him you're going down to New York. Yeah, I'm going to go to New York and see my friend down in New York. If you don't want me come down there, you don't have an apartment. I'm going to go to New York. And then it's like, fuck you, go to New York. You want to go fuck that man in New York. Go fuck your friend. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Now you meet this guy. It's like, oh, guys like Kevin, not for me. If Kevin hears what you say, he'd be laughing. He'd be saying, man, you're so full of it. You know? And you yourself know that you're full of it too.
Cameron's got too much woman. It's hard to deal with. I don't like
Well, you
women.
knew that. You went down there, you found here in the floor, a woman's hair, you found a tongue, you threw the tongue in his face. You took a walk, you say, this is not Maine, it's dangerous walking out there. You got so angry, you walk away. Even though all that happened and you told me, you still wanted to go to Baltimore and live with him. And not only that, you say, in Baltimore, you only see white people, black people. You don't see any Asian people, so forth. It's not the kind of place at least in New York, you see Asian people. It's not the kind of place you could see yourself. But still, you still didn't mind getting out of Maine and go live there. You know, it's like you don't even pay attention to what you say. You don't.
No, Cameron's got too many women around. Too many girls. He like too many girls. It's hard for me to
Yeah, but even though you knew that Kevin liked too many women,
Yep,
you
Kevin
still
he like too
you
many
still wanted
women.
to go live with him. Don't you see something is wrong with that? I mean,
And Kevin
you
got
knew
all these
he had too many
women.
women. You prove it. You went there. You found the town. You got in an argument with him. Even after all that, you were still asking the man, well, did you get the apartment yet? And did you get the apartment? And he's telling you, well, it's near the near the end of the year. I can't get the apartment. So you know all that. The man likes too many women. He got too many women. He got women coming there, in his heart. He has a woman's thumb, or whatever, panties in his place. You know all that, and yet you still want to go live with that man. I mean, really now. So definitely something is wrong with you. Something is definitely wrong with you because you know the man's record.
I thought we can get together and live in down Baltimore, and after that, I feel like I can't go in his job more tonight. I think he's always had a girlfriend. He always had a girlfriend everywhere because his job is just stable. You know where he going right now? He going Georgia now. His company John sent him to Georgia now. So and I see he made so many women for all different states. He made one girl he had a lot of girls from Baltimore, in Baltimore, a lot. his ex is a lot
Well,
better.
you know what? Most American women are not like you. They're not gonna put up. They're not gonna put up with a man who is all over the place, have all these different women. Then they're not gonna deal with it. That's
It's
it. You
true.
know.
It's true.
That be it. But you willing to deal with it? You will still tell the man, oh, you know, when are you getting that place, that apartment, so I can move in with you? So you know all that you know all that crazy stuff that he's involved in, and yet you still want to live with him. So that makes you a very desperate woman. That's about the best word I can use. Desperate. You know. You know all that about him because I'll tell you right now a lot of women, especially like around where I live, they're not going to tolerate a man like that. That's for sure. You know. And you remember the woman, a woman outside here when you came here some years ago, and the girl
Mm-hmm.
said one. She gave you an advice. She said one thing about here: never mess with any of these girls' men. She said, otherwise they'll kick your ass. She told you that. She said they will beat you up. You know. You told me that. One of the women I heard, she gave you that advice. She said they will
After
kick your ass.
mm,
Yeah, that's how these women are. You mess, they see you messing around with their man and what have you. They will get in your face and beat you up.
yeah, after
So
they
so
sue and everything.
If Kevin had a real girlfriend and he's doing that, they're not gonna put up with that. But he doesn't. It's different when you fooling around with different women, you know. But like you want to be serious with him and moving with him, I mean, really, you know, you know, it's like you are in the frying pan and you want to jump into the fire, so to speak. So definitely that makes you a desperate woman, you know. Only desperate women behave that way.
And not anymore. Been a long time now. I haven't talked to him for a while. I know that he went to Georgia
So how you
and
know he going to Georgia if you haven't talked to him in a while?
because because last time I talked to him to say his John put him to go Georgia. I said, oh, okay, that's good then. After that, good luck with your trip. That's right.
You just can't forget about him because you can't forget about his dick. That's why you miss it.
No, no, I don't miss his
Yeah,
dick.
right. You miss it.
No, I don't really miss
You
Kevin's
used to
dick.
you used to be talking about it and putting your hands out like this, showing the size. That's how it used to be. You used to be
No,
showing the you used to be showing the
I don't
size.
miss Kevin as much as I used to no more. I think he's an asshole. I don't miss him. I get over it now. I
Yeah,
miss
well,
him.
that's what they call sour grapes. You say you don't miss him as much. You see, and
I don't miss him like
you
I used to.
qualified it. You qualified it. You don't miss it as much. What you supposed to say is no, I don't miss him, and that's it. But you qualified and say as much, so that means you
I
still miss him,
after
but not
that
as much.
I went to, after I come back from Baltimore, a little bit different.
No, you were not,
And
because you were still harassing him about going down there to live and ask him when he's getting the apartment so he can move in, and then he blocked you on Facebook.
after that he lied to me, and we haven't talked for a while now. So I don't know. The last time I talked to him, he said he'd go to Georgia now. So that's it. And I know that, and I had no future with him, so I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No future. She's cheating too much with me too, so he cheated a lot. So. And I keep thinking about it. I
Yeah,
lately been.
but you had the assessment from before. The assessment was that that man is not really interested in a relationship. So
Yeah,
why bother? Who's gonna? How many men gonna go to Maine to find a woman? Come on, you know. How many men? Yeah, I was chatting on Power Talk, and I was in one of the rooms. I wasn't really chatting. I was in a room, and a girl came on, She's probably, I don't know, maybe late 20s, early 30s. And she asked me, like, what am I looking for? And I said, well, sometimes I come in here to chat. And she told me she lives in California. And I said, oh, really? What part? And she said she's in a place called, I think it's Mountain View or something like that. Mountain View, California. I think that's above San Francisco. But anyway, she told me she's looking for a guy, she's looking for a partner, and she was asking me, you know, if I may be interested because she said the guys out there, they're like they're like idiots, they're not really serious and so forth. So I'm much older than she is, based on her picture. I was looking at her picture and so forth. So, hey, yeah, California is okay. See, California. I mean, even though California is farther than Maine, I would pick to go to California. But no, I wasn't really interested in getting involved in something like that. Maybe, maybe going back, maybe 15 something years ago, probably. But right now, I don't think I could be too bothered with women. But that was it back then. Yeah, she was in Mountain View, California. I
I
believe
know this
Mountain
place
View.
before.
Huh?
I know where it is. I've been there before.
That's above San Francisco, right? North of San
Close
Francisco.
to, yeah,
Huh?
close to Chico, Anderson, and
Oh, close to Chico.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where she's from. She had a picture. Yeah. She's probably younger than you. This was like a few years ago. She chatted with me. She was in Power Talk. And she said the men out there, she told me the men out there are worthless. That's what she said. No future with them, you know. And I'm in New York, so the thing is, with her, I mean, if she came here to New York, you get a chance to come to New York, move in New York. New York is different, New York City especially. A girl her age move here, I don't know what her plans are. Maybe she just wanted to use me to come here, who knows? But the fact is, if she come here, she can easily find a job or so forth. It's a very different here, you know? Much different culture, different job market than in California. In California, you need a car most of the time. New York, hey, you don't really need a car. You have the subways, you have the buses, you can go to work. But California, you need uh, you need a car to get around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we usually used to call that a one night stand when you meet somebody and you spend the night over. It's a one night stand unless it comes into 2 nights. But some people, for them, that's it. Sometimes they just have a one night stand, and then you
This
don't
is
see them anymore.
stand a lot. This is my first time doing. I never do a lot one night stand a lot of people men.
Well, you knew what you were getting into. You went over there. You drove to his house. You know.
No, we meet each other halfway. He come pick me up at the. I park my car in the.
Well, that's what I mean. You drove that way. It's not like this guy on trial, Harvey Weinstein in New York. You know, who who these women claim raped them. All these different women claim raped them. No, in
Yeah, we started
your
chatting.
case, you went to him. So,
Yeah,
which
I
is, which
did.
is which is good. So you can't come up and say anything like these women claiming claiming with Harvey and say, "Oh, Harvey raped me." After 20 years, 15 years, they say, "Oh, Harvey raped me." This kind of stuff like that. So
Mm.
it's much different when a woman comes all the way to your house. You know, then
Joe
what
is
kind of
different.
alibi she's gonna have?
Joe is different kind of man. He not into raping me, man.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like these women, with the guy, the man and child. This movie mogul, Harvey Weinstein. He must have so many different women claiming they were raped by him and so forth. 50
Mm-hmm.
years ago, 20 years ago, all all these women been raped. Maybe he did rape some of them. And then some of them wrote him letters saying, I want to thank you so for you're the love of my life. That kind of stuff like that. People have to
Mm-hmm.
be, men have to be very careful with women because sometimes women do things and change their minds. you know, they say one thing, then change their mind, then they claim something else. Like one of the women told one of these actresses, Rosie Perez. She told Rosie Perez, who's from Brooklyn, said, I think, like sometime after she said, Rosie, I think I've been raped. How the hell can you think you've been raped? Even you've been raped or you were raped or not raped. How can you think you've been raped? I think I've been raped. Yeah, so that's why some people just have these one night stands and they move along
Huh?
and they move along.
What do you mean? You talking about Joe?
No, I said sometimes that's what some people do. They just meet a woman, for one night and that's it. They don't get too involved sometimes, depending on their status in society.
I don't know yet. But Joe's still talking to me.
Well, he could be talking to you, but some men are like that, knowing how this country is with women and the Me Too era and the Me Too era and all that stuff going on. Some men, especially men who have property and money, they try to be very careful.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Joe's still talking to me still right now. He talking to me all the time.
they try to be careful.
Yeah. Women too need to be careful.
Yeah, because women make up stories. You know, women make up stories. Because I think I tell you this one when I worked in California one time. There was a woman from North Carolina. Um, First time I saw the woman, I had to drop a rental car, and I came in kind of late. Where we were working, and there were people like from different states working with the people with the state of California, and we with the federal government. And this woman, she saw me and kept looking at me and staring at me, which made me feel kind of uncomfortable. To have somebody staring you, you never saw this person before, and so forth. And I don't know, for some reason, they called her name, they called my name, and there was this like Mexican American guy. He must have saw her staring at me, and he stepped forward when when um when they called my name, and he stepped forward as if he's me, right? And when she saw him, even though I mean, looking at him, you could tell his name is not Wayne Samuel. I mean, really, you expect him to have like a Spanish name, which he did. And when he stepped forward, he probably saw her, how she was staring me down. And he stepped forward, and when she saw him coming toward her face looked very, very disappointed. Yeah. She looked disappointed to know that they were teaming her up with this Mexican guy. And then he stepped back and he laughed. And then I stepped forward. And then when she saw me step forward, me, I'm the real person, she smiled. She was, and I had no idea. I had no idea. Never met the woman before. First time I saw her. And one thing led to another. The woman was telling me all kinds of different stuff, you know. She came up to my room later that night, all kinds of stuff like that. But during the day, had me take her to the Pacific Ocean because she was from North Carolina. She said she had never seen the Pacific Ocean before, and could you take me there? Because I've been to California before. She'd never been there. I said, yeah, but that's out of our area, where we supposed to work. She said, yeah, but I never been there, I want to see the Pacific Ocean. I said, okay, fine, fine, I'll take you to see the Pacific Ocean. And then I took her there. I think she had me take some pictures of her and so forth. And then, okay, she was up in my room later on. And then that night she called me up and said, I want you to come down here and sleep with me. I said, no, I can't do that. She said, yeah, because I said, look, I'm up here. I think I was like on a high floor, maybe the 14th floor. She was on the first floor. I said, well, look, people in and out. How is that going to look? People see me going in out of your room. And she said, okay, fine. She hung up. And then she then she called me back. This time she called me back, and this time with a threat. She said to me, look, I want you to come down and sleep with me tonight, okay? She said, if you don't come down and sleep with me, I'm going to report you to the supervisor that you took me down to see by the Pacific Ocean. One of the beaches out there, I think maybe Santa Monica Pier, something like that. She said, I'm gonna report you. And she said we could have gotten into an accident or something like that. We were out of our area, and something bad could have happened. So if you don't come down and sleep with me tonight, when I see the supervisor, I'm going to tell him that you took me over there to the Pacific Ocean, even though she was the one who asked me to take her. See, so I had no choice because I did go over there. So see, that's how dangerous some women are. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how dangerous some women are. And even though I went down there that night with her, she still she still accused me. She still in front of a whole bunch of people and say, this and this and did this to her and so forth. And it so happened one of the guys I worked with was there, and he told me, and I called her up. And I said, why did you do that? I said, that's not true. What you telling all these people and you crying and all that. He told me she was crying too. She was crying tears, crocodile tears and so forth, that I seduced her. I said, that's a lie. I never seduced you. Why would I seduce you? Because as a matter of fact, I didn't really want to have anything to do with her because being that I was working with her and the way she was coming on to me and all that. And right away, when she came in the car with me, I told her right away, I said, since I've been out here in California, I met like a lot of different girls from California. And she said, oh yeah, really? And I said, yeah, I met a number of girls from California, and I went out with and so forth. But later on when she was in my room that night, before she threatened me and told me come down and sleep with her, a girl called me, and it was one of those old phones where you can hear people when they talk. You can hear their voice loud, the hotel phone.
Mhm.
And then after she told me, she said, something, I told you were lying. I said, what do you mean you thought I was lying? She said, well, a lot of men lie. They claim like they know all these women and they've been with these women. She said, when you were telling me that you met these different girls and so forth, I thought you were just lying and, you were just saying it to make yourself look good. But she said, no, I see it's true that you didn't, because she heard the girl asking me, when are you going to come pick me up? When are you going to come and get me with the car? Yeah, the girl was asking me that. And she got mad and she left. She picked up and she left. While I'm talking to the girl, she left the room. She left my room. You see? So that's what she did. And then later on she called. But the reason I was telling her that that I know that I met these different girls and so forth in California. These are real California girls. I was telling her that because I didn't really want to have anything to do with her, the way she was coming on to me, and the way she was staring at me that morning when I first saw her. So I was trying to give her the message nicely. Look, you're working with me. You're from a different state. I don't really want to deal with you. I don't really have any, deal with you. I meet girls out here in California, very, very different from girls in, North Carolina or wherever she's from, And that's the message I was trying to give to her. That, look, I don't really need to be with you, okay? Because it's different, You're in California, you're with a California girl. What else you need, You meet different people, goes around those areas like Bell Gardens and so forth in California. Once they ask you like, where are you from? You say, oh well, I live in New York. Oh wow, I never met anybody from New York. Oh, can I come with you? Can I come in your car? Can we talk? So forth. That's how they were out in California. Because out in California, you got like these little neighborhoods in Los Angeles. Even though Los Angeles is maybe a big city, but still, you have like little neighborhoods where nothing is going on. People are bored. So to see somebody who is strange, a stranger, and they get curious about you. And that's where my hotel was. I was in one of those areas. We were staying in, I think, a place called Commerce, California, not too far from Bell Gardens. And that's where I met some of the people, some of the girls, and in other areas too. I went. So I didn't really have any need to be with that woman from North Carolina, but she was pushing herself on me, and I was trying. I was trying to tell her in a nice way. Look, I meet these other people, so please, I don't really want to be with you. But she pushed herself, and then ended up blackmailing me. Yeah. So these women are very dangerous. So one has to be very, very careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember when I met you in California, you lived in Redding, and you said to me, you said, around here there's not much people do. All they do is have sex. That's what you told me. You said it's boring out there in Redding. That was a long time ago. Well, you have a proxy brush, a brush
Yeah.
like this,
I clean.
like
Mm-hmm.
this. You
Yeah,
see
I clean
this?
my teeth.
You see this brush?
Yeah, I
This is
clean my
called a
teeth.
proxy brush. Is that what you got?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see it.
No, this is the two latest one.
Oh,
I
see,
just clean the
this
side.
is the proxy brush. You see that?
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
This one I just clean my teeth with that. It's nice to clean all the teeth. It's how a
This
long
is better
time.
than this flushing.
Yeah.
This is yours, right?
Uh-huh.
I think you brought this here
Yeah.
to flush, to
Yeah.
floss. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think this is yours. I hate flossing. I don't like it. It's too much work. This I like, the proxy brush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suspect when I didn't hear from you in a while, I suspect you were that with that man.
Yeah, so I did.
But see, your downfall is you like to talk a lot, so that's where you're gonna. That's where your end is gonna come. Your own mouth is gonna give you away. Yeah. Saturday night looks like the weekday on TV. So you released a lot of stress, I guess.
Huh?
I said, I guess you released a lot of stress.
Uh-uh.
What?
Uh-huh. He needed too, not me. He been single for a long time, just like me.
So he said, if you want to look at movies, you can go to his place.
Yeah,
You can look at movies on your computer.
yeah,
You don't need to, like when I was at your place, I was looking at the TV. I
yeah,
could look at their forums here. You can look at movies for free
yep,
on your computer.
yep. I've been doing that a lot.
Yeah, you don't need to you don't need to go all the way to Bangor to look at movies.
Yeah,
Maybe to Bangor for sex, but that's about it.
he do enjoy fucking me for sure.
Oh, really?
Hmm. He told me to. He said I like fucking you.
Maybe you never been with an Asian girl before.
No,
Maybe that's what it is. Because up in Maine, you don't have too many Asians.
uh-huh.
Maine is kind of different now. When I went, forget it. It was mostly white. When I went back in the 80s, I think I was there maybe 87, I believe.
Yeah,
Man, like all those African refugees now I saw when I was on the bus going to Portland, they weren't. You didn't see any of those people there. None. When I was there, I was kind of exotic. Me, imagine that. Me in Maine, I was exotic looking.
yeah.
Well,
Actually, I thought black guy dick bigger, but the white guy's dick is big and long too.
yeah, you probably have an imagination now.
His dick,
You probably imagining things now.
his dick is big, long and big.
Yeah,
The
and
same.
you expect me to believe a guy with such a big penis is going all that time without a woman? Come on now, that doesn't make any sense.
No, the white guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Any guy who has a big penis like that ain't gonna be going along without a woman. No, that's not gonna happen. I can understand a guy with a small one, but not a big one.
Okay, white guy. Joe had big one. No, not really big, long, big and long. It's okay size.
Like, why don't you make up your mind and speak the truth?
It's I think 7 inches. Yeah. It's thick, 7 inches, but thick, thick.
Yeah,
He had thick.
I don't believe you.
Um, Joe, Kevin do have big dick because he's a black.
So not because somebody black that means it's big. I mean, really.
And Kevin asked me, he asked me about being a black guy before. I said, yeah, one, maybe two, in my past. I said, don't do it no more. Joe said, don't fuck like that no more.
Who?
Joe,
Why would Joe ask you that question?
he said, don't fuck like that no more. You
Huh?
don't need to. Joe doesn't like black guys.
Oh, so he's one of those racists, huh?
Yeah, he
Oh,
doesn't like it. He doesn't like some girl that she like to sleep with a guy.
yeah. So what are you doing with a guy like that?
Um, I don't know. She treat me good though. She buy me food. She take me go out eat. It's good to go out. I haven't go
So
out in
what?
a long
So
time.
what? So what good is that if a guy's gonna be the? Remember the guy who who was complaining to you, the guy with the Filipino wife, and you called there, and he was complaining about Asians and asking you if you're on welfare and all this nonsense like that. See, this is how some people think. You know, they think low of other people. You see. So this guy, so who the hell, in an age like this, the year 2020, who wants to be dealing with somebody who is racist because they take you out and treat you good? And so what do you expect? If you go out with a guy, I mean, really, of course you gotta eat. What's the point about, yeah, you treat you good or what have you, you know? When I was in Maine, we went to Denny's. We went to Denny's. You have breakfast at Denny's. Yeah, that should be being treated good. Than going to McDonald's and eat breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
We were at Denny's, so that means I treated you good at Denny's
Mm-hmm.
because we went to Denny's. And why is he telling you that? I know you a long time, many years. So how he's gonna tell you that? How he's gonna say don't fuck any black guys anymore? The guy just met you. I mean, really.
I don't know. Just like you told me, don't fuck black guy.
So who is he? So who is he to tell you that? He doesn't own you.
Why now? He do.
What do you mean he does?
Why now? He know me for a while now.
What?
He know me for almost 2 months and a half now.
2 months is not a long time. So even though he knows you, that doesn't mean you belong to him.
Yeah, I told him that.
What?
I told him that too.
Well, I mean, who asks a question like that? Why would anybody who's with somebody asking them if they had sex with a black guy? I mean, what kind of nonsense is that? You know.
Mm-hmm.
When I met you, I didn't ask you if you have sex with a white guy. As a matter of fact, when I met you, I didn't even know you had a boyfriend, and when I did find out you had a boyfriend, I had no idea. because I think the guy called himself um, a pollo loco, something like that. Which, by the way, a pollo loco is that chicken franchise in California, and those are Spanish words, the crazy chicken. So I could assume that the guy is Hispanic, which I didn't, but I never came out and asked you why would I care? Why would it be my business to ask you a question like that? I'm not gonna ask you a question like that, you know. So why should he be asking you a question like that? You should have just told him it's none of his business to ask you that question. Yeah. And then having the nerve to tell you don't have sex with black guys again. That's what some people fear, that once you have sex with a black guy, that you ain't gonna find interested with them anymore. you know some people have that fear. Yeah, that's really stupid.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he should have heard you a few months ago how you used to be preaching about this guy Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. You couldn't get enough of Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't get enough of Kevin. He should have heard you.
He told me he gave me set anytime I want to. Don't go out. Don't go looking for men.
Don't go looking for men, huh?
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's not what you're looking for. See, you're looking for a relationship. You're not looking for sex anytime you want, you know. So that's easy for him to say, you know. When you were talking about Kevin, you were talking about a relationship. You were not talking about having sex when you want.
Hmm.
So obviously that guy, with his ski contraption, and so forth. He's not really interested in settling with any woman, with any relationship. That's really amounts to. Because first of all, as a man, I'm not gonna tell a woman, well, anytime you want sex, you can come to me. I'm not gonna say that because that would send the wrong message in case she's looking for a guy who wants to be serious. She would say, "Oh, well, this guy just wanted to have sex then." You know, that's why he's telling me that. That's how that comes across. To say, "Oh, well, yeah, you want sex? Just come over when you want." Well, I'm sure you know a good bit of men since you've been in Maine, that if you just want sex only, you can just say, "Hey, come over." I'm sure you do. Like the guy from Morocco, for example,
Mm.
or the Jamaican guy. So he has no idea. That's not what you into.
Mm-hmm.
You may like sex, but you looking for a relationship.
Yeah. I told him that.
Oh, you told him that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did he say?
They say don't need to. You have me now.
What do you mean you don't need to?
I don't need to look for necessary.
That's not being in a relationship for a man to say, you don't have to look for a relationship. You have me now. That's not a commitment.
Mm-hmm. I told him that now.
All that is saying, well, you don't have to go look for sex if you're looking for sex. You have me now, so you can come to me. That's basically what he's saying, but that has nothing to do with having a relationship.
Correct.
So so that doesn't even make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
You met him on Tinder, right?
Not
Yeah.
tender.
Yeah, there's a girl I chat with sometime, one of the subscribers to my channel. She told me, she said she know a guy from Tinder, and she said just about all those guys and from Tinder, all they want is sex. That's it. She told me they're not interested in any relationship.
Yeah, it's true. Some of them are horny.
No, she told me that.
Yeah.
She said just about everyone
Yeah.
she chat with from Tinder, all they want is sex, no relationship.
Uh,
Yeah, and she
some of
mentioned
them.
Tinder. Yeah. So this guy is probably just like what she's talking about, no different from the men she's talking about on Tinder who just out for sex.
Mm-hmm.
But Tinder is for people who want a relationship, not for people just looking for sex. There are websites people can go to if they're just looking for sex. There are websites like that
Mm-hmm.
that you could go to. If you're just looking for a one night stand, people that meet you. Yeah, there are websites like that. But what happened is these guys, they're dishonest. They go to these sites, these relationship sites for people who really looking for people, for a partner, and they show up there and they're not really interested in a relationship. They're just looking to meet a woman to have sex.
Yeah.
And they don't really belong in those they
Mm-hmm.
don't really belong in those websites. But they show up anyway.
Mm-hmm. I have that. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they show up anyway because she told me. She said every guy that she knows or whether I don't know whether she met them in person or what, but she told me every one of them, all they want is sex from her. And she mentioned Tinder. So she said it's a waste of time. I
Mm-hmm.
think I think the websites maybe like eHarmony and so forth. I think those seem to be more. They try to match people. I
Mm-hmm.
think those are maybe much better. But
Yeah.
this Tinder website, I don't think it's like that. Tinder website is more like for a bunch of horny men to go to look for women for sex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why don't you go to the dentist? and get a dental cleaning instead of spending all that time cleaning your teeth in front of a mirror.
I don't have money. My dentist doesn't cover my dentist for why I have to looking for a dentist for main care.
I thought you have the Medicaid card.
Yeah, I do, but I don't take it.
Why not?
I don't know. I can't find any main care. I can't afford it. Look at my teeth, clean now. Look at that. I do my own teeth
Well,
now.
how much is teeth cleaning there in Maine?
Um, I don't know. I haven't been to dentist for a year now.
Well, if you have Medicaid, I believe Medicaid should cover dental.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, it's good to do that and like use like the Proxy brush to clean between the teeth. But what you really need is like when they do like the 6 month checkup, they do the X-ray and they look to see if there are any cavities. But you can't see cavities with the naked eye, But the X-ray will see if there are cavities,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Yeah, the X-rays will see that. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Uh,
What time is it? It's 11.
it's all clean. I'm gonna go brush my teeth for a minute. Be right back.
Rick Wilson running against the devil. Okay, I'm back. Wow. Let's see here. I'll see you.
I mean, what is with this intimidation mode?
Yeah, this is the pathetic insecurity of these spineless amoebas of men, such as Mike Pompeo and the other men in Trump's administration, right? I mean, look, this is a recurring theme with Pompeo. He tried to intimidate a female reporter in the USA Today in May. He really doesn't like when female reporters in particular are actually asking questions and are intelligent in follow-ups. Our colleague in an affiliate in Nashville in August, same thing happened. And this time around, he throws F-bombs, he brings out a map. I mean, why does he have a map of that country? It's so strange. And then she points it out. And who should we believe? Mary Louise Kelly, a veteran journalist, or Mike Pompeo, who this month alone has lied to the American public about imminent threat, right? And this man from Harvard has redefined imminent in a way which is completely the opposite of imminent. And then it was imminent threat, then not imminent, then one embassy, then four embassies, no casualties, 11 casualties, and now 34 casualties with soldiers suffering very traumatic brain damage. So who are you going to believe, Don? Mike Pompeo or Mary Louise Kelly, who has the tapes? I'm going to go with Mary Louise Kelly.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at the. Okay, in the statement, Right. The last line, Pompeo says this: "It is worth noting that Bangladesh is not Ukraine." First of all, Kelly has a master's degree in European studies from Cambridge University, but also he doesn't really say that you couldn't identify Ukraine on a map. He insinuates it's just a petty attempt to put her down. Right? Is that what this is? Of course. Of course, he's just trying to demean her, and obviously it's false. And look, he also knows deep in his heart that Donald Trump couldn't find Ukraine on a map if you had the letter U and a picture of an actual physical crane next to it. He knows that this is, an administration defined by ignorance of the world, and so that's partly him playing to their base and playing to their audience. The credulous boomer Rube demo that backs Donald Trump. That wants to think that Donald Trump's a smart one, and y'all lead us.
That is too much.
You lead us in your geography and your maps.
You and a physical crane next to you. That's a you. Ukraine.
No other countries. Sipping your latte.
Wow.
Lines on the map.
Only the Melinas know where Ukraine is.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's a lot.
But oh my God! But you know what? It was Rick's fault. I blame Rick. But in all honesty, we're not. Can I tell you one second? Hold on.
That was good. Sorry. Good. That was a good one. I needed that. Okay, so listen.
Can I tell you what NPR should do? NPR should take a black Sharpie, circle it all around that whole subcontinent, around Bangladesh and Ukraine, and just be like, there's Ukraine, right?
All right, so
just in honor of Donald Trump.
You with a crane on it. That is good.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, Rick, this incident between Pompeo and Kelly, it's not the first time that he is bristled under a tough questioning from journalists. I want you to watch.
Sure.
Did you do enough to defend the ambassador privately and publicly against the smear campaign that was being waged against her? And will you speak to that now?
Well, maybe have some of your facts wrong. So you should be careful about things you assert as facts before you say something. Again, you've got your facts wrong. Sounds like you're working, at least in part, for the Democratic National Committee. When you phrase a predicate of a question in that way, it's unfortunate.
Just finally, you know that there's been no proof of any misdoing on the part of Vice President Biden.
And you all keep repeating that line as if you're working for the DNC.
I'm definitely not working for the DNC. I'm an independent journalist.
What good really is the word of the U.S. In light of the president's treatment of the Kurds? Does that undercut U.S. credibility?
Yeah, the whole predicate of your question is the same.
Part of the pattern, right? This is the same for the press. Right. Look, he's defining the dignity of that office down to the lowest possible level. This is Trumpism corrupting everything about everyone who surrounds him. This is Mike Pompeo, who is not a graduate of both West Point and Harvard, who knows much better than this. But this is the performative douchiness that they do to please Donald Trump. He knows that those things are going to be playing, and that Trump is going to see them and like them. That's who he's performing for. It's an audience of one. And he knows that Mary Louise Kelly is a pro. She's not some DNC plant, but he wants to please Trump. This is a food chain inside Trump world, and whoever sucks up the most, and whoever's the guy who claps the longest when Saddam is speaking, is the guy who gets the most rewards. And right now, Mike Pompeo is head and shoulders above a lot of the rest of the field on that front. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing it. Thank you both. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
So, did you make enough money to come to New York?
I tell those motherfuckers, if they don't put weight on me, I don't fucking listen to you. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking for a relationship, stable, and good man to love. If they're not put the weight on me, they're not looking for the same way me. And if I like you a little bit, time you treat me right, and something I like about you, and something happen, and I never fuck too much people. I only fuck people I think they are worth it to fuck, something like that. But I don't If they say they're not looking for necessary or anything, I say nope. Then we'll go away. I'm not looking for sex. If you want sex and something that you think you're handsome or something that I like about you, probably sex is one night is okay, but more than that, I'm not doing no more. I'm looking for necessary. If they told me that, I keep looking to I
Well,
find
wait,
something.
what do you think Kevin wanted? I mean, you met Kevin on Facebook. Of course, he wasn't looking for a relationship. He was just lying to you. He knows so
Yeah,
many women. A guy who has a lot of women ain't gonna be looking for a relationship.
yes, sir. All the
I mean,
men.
really, all those different women that he knows. He's not looking for a relationship.
Yep,
Why would he want a relationship when he can meet all these different women?
yep. Especially living in DC. DC is a lot white people too.
And not only that, he been married before,
Yep,
twice.
married with a lot of American women. We don't put bullshit on
He
the
been married twice.
and yeah, it's a lot different women, a lot white girl, black girl, most
Yeah,
black.
but if you notice something about him though, it was always the woman's fault, you know? Always the woman was either cheating on him or the woman was either that. Never his fault.
Yeah, he's always blaming women.
It was never his fault. It was always the woman's fault. He told you. Like the woman was cheating on him when he was out working or something like that. Like he isn't cheating on woman when he's out working,
Yeah, he's cheated too.
you
He
know?
cheated on me, so I know it. I believe that. I find a woman in his bedroom and stuff like that. Yeah, I believe that.
So he said the woman was cheating on him. Obviously, he was most likely cheating on the woman. So maybe that's why she cheated on him.
Yeah,
And also, some women, if you're out too much, you're not around them. Sometimes they will cheat on you. If you don't have any time for them, they'll cheat on you.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What can I tell you? Yes, sir. You're right. Women do that. Men do that too.
So that's it. The guy said, do not. So that means I'm not going to be seeing you again then. The guy prohibits you.
They're crazy. Man's crazy, woman's crazy. So
That,
aliens.
that guy, Joe, or whatever his name is, said, no more black guy for you. No
Yeah,
more, no more black guy. I guess I won't be seeing you anymore in New York.
no more fucking black guy.
Yeah,
Ain't a black guy. He say, you dumb. I'm not seeing you no more.
yeah, but you told him two, but that's not true. It's more than two. You gave him the number two. You said two. That's not true.
I say maybe three. Yeah, I say two, but I told me three probably. You, Kevin, and Jamaica. Jamaica is only two times. And Kevin is, we do a lot when we here in Maine,
What
but
what what Jamaica?
Jamaica, Jamaica, when I went to New York, Mike, remember?
Yeah, the guy that came here with
Yeah,
you
Mike.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
you came here to my house with a guy, and you came and
yeah,
asked me. You said you have this guy, and could you bring him in? And I said, yeah, sure, bring him
yeah,
in. And he came in, and I met him, and so forth. Yeah, I remember him.
yeah.
The guy,
He
the
was there.
guy, the guy that said he forgot his he forgot his wallet, and then
Yeah,
he went to buy things, and you ended up buying, and the Chinese woman said, "Oh, shame on you! You letting a woman pay for this for you?" I remember that.
yeah,
Mike was his name, right?
yeah, Mike.
Mike.
See, that is the only two black guy
And the Chinese woman told him, "Shame on him, that he have you
Yeah,
paying for what and he claims he forgot his wallet, and he has a good job. He work in construction. So all these men you meet work in construction. He worked in construction too. Listen, that's not the only Jamaican guy you met. Remember the other Jamaican guy, the one who was driving your car? He's Jamaican too. That Jamaican guy, he fucked you too. Yeah. He did. You forgot about him? Two Jamaican guys. Yeah.
No, I never forgot stuff on it.
What?
We stopped, remember the car stopped?
The guy that was in the car, remember him? The guy, that guy?
Yeah, the car, remember the car pulled over, we're about to, but the
Yeah, and then you get in trouble with the police and so
yeah,
forth. You
and
fucked
then
that, yeah, you fucked that guy.
yeah, we never had time to fuck.
You did.
No, we did not. Just the car police pulled over and we're about to, but we never had chance
What do you mean you didn't have chance?
because the cop pulled us over first.
What are you talking about? I'm saying that he came to your house, remember? He came to your house and he grabbed
No,
you and
you
so
mean
forth.
in the school, in my house, in the school we go get lunch. He never come to my house before. I never
Yes,
fuck
he
him.
did. He did. He did come to your house.
But we never had chance to fuck because we're about to, but the
Yes,
police
you
pulled
lied because you told me you went to the doctor and all that shit. You told me and you showed me the thing the doctor was telling you, all that stuff that you went through, that the guy gave you. Why are you lying like that? It was the Jamaican
no,
guy. It was the Jamaican guy. The time when you went to the doctor.
oh, you're talking about that motherfucker? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's it. That's the guy. That's the guy. It's the same guy. The Jamaican guy who was driving your car or what have you.
Mm,
Yeah, he's Jamaican. The woman that you
yeah,
know. Yeah, he's
no, yeah,
Jamaican.
he's Jamaica, yeah.
Yeah, that's the same guy that you got in trouble with, and then you had to go, the police, and you had to do you had to do some kind of work or something like that. Like they had you, the court ordered you to do some kind of work because he was driving your car without a license and so forth. Then he came to your house. Now you now you trying to tell me he never been to your house? Yes, he been to your house. He been to your house and he fucked you. That's what you told me. Now you trying to say no, that never happened, and you conveniently leaving him out. So add that there. So make him number 4. Yeah, that's number 4. And who knows? I think there were other. I think before me there was another guy, another black guy that you claim that you like, and then this woman said that she's gonna kick your ass. The woman out in California.
Oh, you mean no, I never fucked him.
Well, I don't know. You said that this is why I black guy and his wife or something like that said you keep messing with my man, I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what she told you.
That's a long time in high school. I never fucked him, so.
Yeah, but you just said you never fucked the Jamaican guy, the one who was driving the car. You said he never been to your house. That's a lie.
No, I never fucked that guy.
What?
I never fucked that guy in California.
Wait, maybe in California, but the Jamaican guy in Maine, you did. You did. You're only claiming the Jamaican guy in New York, but the Jamaican guy in Maine, you did. The guy who was driving your car, playing music loud, and all that nonsense. Yeah, yeah. He came to your house and he said he had something. You look out the window, he had something for you. Instead of leaving him out there, you let the guy come into your house. Yeah, you were stupid. Yeah, real stupid. Yeah. So this guy you met on Tinder, he's the same. He's not into any relationship. I mean, really, he's not into any relationship. Same thing. The same. Yeah. He's not into any relationship. So don't get your hopes up too high because it ain't gonna be happening. He's just gonna be in his ski, his snowmobile. That's it. And in the end, you're gonna end up coming back to New York and coming down to Chinatown. That's what's gonna happen because you know that's where the real stuff is at down here in New York. That guy is something. That guy that you met.
That's my best friend. My best friend and her daughter,
Where's she from?
California. I used to go to school with her. Her daughter is a cheerleader. They're in LA, Los Angeles. They went to Los Angeles for her daughter cheerleader. Their son
Yeah.
be cheerleader in Los Angeles.
Just remember, the only guy who dragged you to court and put you through court without a lawyer was a white guy, not a black guy. You know,
Yeah.
that's what you got to remember. Was
Yeah.
a white guy who dragged you through court, and when you pay child support, after that, I'm surprised you even back with a white guy because after that, someone will say, that's it. I don't even want to deal with a white guy anymore. After what that guy put you through, you know,
Yeah.
and the judge, everything was in favor for that guy. You know, you were in the court. You had no lawyer. They had lawyer. They check up on you, your life in California. They had everything going against you. You know, everything going against you. Yeah. So with that, you must have been really turned off because you see the kind of power structure that was set up against you. With a black guy, you ain't gonna have a problem like that.
Yeah, I
No.
remember call me a cop. I get so pissed. I said, motherfucker, I hate you. I can fight you. Yeah, come on, come on. Never like
Yeah,
fight me.
you're not gonna have a problem like that. But see, the white guy, they had money. The family had money. They hire a lawyer, and they put you through the court system. You didn't have any lawyer, so they fucked you real good. They really did you in. Yeah. And you had no lawyer. You didn't have money. You couldn't afford a lawyer, but they could. They had money to get the best lawyer they wanted. Yeah. So you are you already learned your lesson with white guys. You know
Yeah,
the
white
shit.
guy, they
Huh?
like to call cop a lot.
They like to what?
Call cop. White guy, they like to call cop. Call a cop.
Yeah, because the cop is gonna side more than likely side with them. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Remember,
This,
remember, remember the time when you said the cop was called, and then you went to the police. You end up going to the police station, and you slept over there. Remember you told me that.
yeah.
Now, see, in New York, right? In New York, if the cop comes, usually the man is leaving the house. That's how it is in New York. You know, if whoever calls or what have you, and the cop in Maine asked, well, who owns this place? You see, once the guy said, yeah, I own this place, then they said, well, okay, you have to leave, right? That's not how it works in New York. In New York, if the man owns the place, they don't give a shit. You, especially if you have a kid, you own the place, okay, fine. Well, you know what, mister? You have to leave. Take a walk. The woman is staying in the house. That's how it is. The law protects the woman more than the man, okay? Because a woman out in the middle of the night is chances are is gonna suffer more danger than a man, okay? If a man is walking around at 12 midnight, how many people might rape him compared with with a woman? Let's say if you didn't go sleep over there, right? And let's say you were thrown out and you had no place to go and you out there in the middle of the night, then yeah, you could be a victim of rape. But if that happened to him as a man, chances are, yeah, he could be out there at midnight walking around. Chances are nothing's going to happen to him. So that's why the law is more protective of the woman and children than of men. You see? So yeah, they like to call the cop because the cop is going to go along with favor to them. That's why. Yeah. But you know all that, but you want to jump from from the frying pan into the fire. You already, and I remember the days when you had those painful experiences, you know, when you went through that. And you had even asked me if I could go up there and talk to you, and I said, well, to go in a court is not like something else. To go in a court and represent somebody, you have to have a law license. Not only have a law license, but you have to even if you have a law license from here, you got to get permission from the state, in the state, to go into their courtroom and speak on behalf of somebody. It's not like, okay, even if I'm a lawyer in New York, I just can't go to Maine and represent you. No, I have to go before a judge, and then they have to grant me permission, having a law license, to go speak. That's how it works, you know. You can't just go and speak in a court like that. Nope. You can't go tell a story. But them, they had the money, so they could hire the lawyer, and the lawyer did investigation. They checking things. They accuse you of child, what it is, child abuse and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. You know, yeah. Child abuse, when you said the child used to be like running out in the traffic, and you told the child don't go out in the traffic, and you spank the child, and then they have it switch around and they say it's abuse. So they really did you in.
Why? Who knows at this point? We know at the time that she actually got pushed out, it was in part because this Ukrainian prosecutor who was mad
Go
at her.
sleep now. Yeah, good night. It's getting late.
Back off her.
This is where
time.
the form.
Oh, it's getting late, huh?
Yeah, I have to work tomorrow. We're going tomorrow, eat breakfast, and go get some food to bring to my work, like maybe a can of soup or something. And I work to 10 o'clock tomorrow.
I made soup today. I made a video making soup. You can check out my video sometimes on making soup. I'll put it in the link for you later so you can look at it. So you can check it out. How to make soup. Lentil soup. That's with the ham bone.
Have a good night, Wayne.
So when are you coming down here?
Um, maybe I'm not sure yet. I have to look at my schedule. I can't go travel right now. The weather in Maine is not. It's not good travel. So I just fixed my car, so I don't have any money at the moment. I'll let you know when the time comes.
Oh, you went to Bangor to meet that man. You drove over there. So
No, yeah, that because I passed my I have I just spent my money on
yeah,
my car.
you
That's
went
all it
there.
is.
So all you have to do is get the bus. The bus is bringing you to New York. That's
Yeah.
all.
So I don't know yet because I have to. I don't know what it's not hot. It's hard to go travel. It's too many snow, and the winter time is in May is crazy. So generally February is top month for me. So maybe after that I think about it. And you have a good night. I'm gonna go sleep. It's getting late. My back.
All right. Good night.
Okay, good night.
All right.
Good night, Wayne.
Good night.